The protein mousse made with cottage cheese seemed to be a hit, so we're back with another easy to make cottage cheese dessert recipe. This time, protein cottage cheese bark. It's made with 6 super common ingredients, easy to cater to your flavor cravings, and maybe takes 5 minutes to prep. So let's jump right into it. By the way, I haven't said this in a while, maybe years, but I grew up hating cottage cheese. The texture, taste, everything grossed me out. It wasn't until I started making recipes with it that I started to love it. If you don't like cottage cheese, it's worth another go in a recipe. You can't taste it at all, especially in a recipe like this, and the macros on it are hard to beat. With that said, I should ask you all, if you could only buy one, what are you going for? Greek yogurt or cottage cheese? Let me know. For this one, you're gonna need a food processor or blender. I'm using my mini one, which works perfectly here. Add into it 2 cups of a full-fat cottage cheese, 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup or honey, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/4 cup of almond flour, 2 tablespoons of a nut butter, and 2 scoops of a vanilla protein powder. Now, if you want it chocolate instead of vanilla, use a chocolate protein powder and add in 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Obviously, you can also change up the flavor with the flavor protein powder you use. I'm going to include more flavors, all the tips from this video, a link to my food processor, metric conversions, and more on the website, which is always linked up here or below in the description. Go ahead now and process those ingredients together until smooth. It should look like this. Now if it looks too thin, because maybe your cottage cheese has a ton of liquid in it, and/or you're using a low-fat cottage cheese, you can help the texture out by adding in 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum. Little pro tip if the macros need some help. From here, take out a baking sheet, line it with parchment paper. Pour and evenly distribute your mix onto it. I use a 1/4 sheet, which gives me a thicker end result. If you want something thin or even a different shape, use that. You could also use some silicone cups here without parchment paper. They'll easily peel down. This is where you can get creative. I'm melting 1/4 cup of sugar-free chocolate to drizzle over the top like this. You can do whatever you want. Cut the chocolate in, add something else into or on top of it, like M&Ms or nuts. The choice is yours. Drop below what you end up adding into yours. Before we talk about how I eat it, throw it into the freezer for a few hours. When it's done, peel it off the parchment paper, find your ideal serving sizes, and in the end, it should look like this. Two main tips for this that I always follow. Number 1, the most important, before eating it, let it thaw out for a couple minutes, depending on how thick it is. It'll end up like a cross between those Greek yogurt bars and frozen dessert. Honestly, they're wicked good and fun to change up. And number 2, I always make them in bulk. Store them in some freezer bags in the freezer, and they'll last around 3 months. The winner of our last testing or guesstimating for the peanut butter cup, this may have been the easiest one yet, was bang! Congrats to you. For this week's testing or guesstimating, we're going with 2 of our pieces here. Guess how much you think they weigh in grams in the comments below. The first one closest to it will win a gift card to our store where you can purchase a shirt, shaker, or anything else you want. 1 guess per person. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this one, or simply help the algorithm. Don't forget to check out theproteinchef.co for all your recipe needs. And of course, stay healthy.